Hi, Capricorn. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for January 2026. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in January and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you are born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you may want to check that out. This recording is for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck in this reading. And happy birthday to the Capricorns out there. I wish you a very happy and blessed solar return. All that being said, now on to your January 2026 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have could be you. You have the Page of Pentacles, which is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you, it could be a child to you, or it could even be someone else that is an adult that's either immature or young at heart. Pages can also bring messages, so it could be somebody bringing you a message, and it could be about money and or emotions even, because sometimes pentacles will symbolize emotions, even though it's not cups. I know some people don't believe that, but sometimes it is. I feel like some of you Capricorns are going to be throwing caution to the wind and doing things completely different. You may feel like you want more experiences, you want to see the world, you want to take risks and gambles and chances. You may feel like you've wasted too much time, or you've let grass grow under your feet too long, that you've been too stuck, too stayed, maybe even too stuck in routines or schedules that have been, keeping you hemmed in, penned in, and you may feel like, you know what, time is of the essence. I want to see things, see the world. You could be putting out good vibes. You could be putting out a newsletter. You could be sending out blast emails to people. You could be promoting any business or work or creation you've done. And you may feel like, you know what, I want to figure out how to spread the word, how to spread the news of something going on with you. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you got engaged. Maybe you had a baby. Maybe you are starting a new business, or starting a new project, or something that you feel like, I want to get the news out there. I want to create, it could be promotions, but it could be in your private life. It's not always, work and business related. Now, for some of you, this is somebody else in your life that you may look at them and feel like, you know what, they're up to their old tricks, and you may feel like you don't trust them. So some of you may know an earth sign that would apply to. That those messages could make sense. There could also be a big change of plans, or a change in schedules or routines or methods or techniques. If there's some certain way you always did something, whether it's something you create or your business or work or diet and exercise, or your eating patterns or food you eat, like these things could be going through change. You could be tired of spending too much time on your phone, too much time on the internet, too much time maybe even watching TV if you're somebody that watches TV. If you don't have your own business, you may have thoughts about starting one. Maybe you're going to put together a plan or start, accumulating like, okay, well, if I start my own business, I got to do this, and then I got to take care of that, and I got to do this and that and the other. You could be starting the process, maybe not launching the business yet, but if you have that in your mind, you could be laying the groundwork for that business in January. The next card in your reading is the Six of Pentacles, and this is giving generously, charitably, and freely to others. This could also be you receiving generosity and charity from others. It can indicate the balance of give and take, and it could mean that you're going to have financial success in the future. If you make anything, have a business, I get you generating more, not just clients and customers and purchases, but also feedback. Like getting feedback, that could be helpful and important to you as you move forward. And if there was something you started already, a business or something you made, you could start or it could be a new job in the past, recent past. You could really start to make money from it now. And that could continue on maybe even throughout this year. You may develop some foundation or system or method about how you can donate or give money back to the community or to a particular charity. So you could start your own charity or something where you could, donate money or raise funds for a particular group of people. If there's anything you write or draw or create, symbology is going to be very important to you. If you need a logo, you're going to create one or hire somebody to create one. Or if you have a logo and you want to change it, you may be changing that logo. Or if you're starting a business or some kind of art project or something, there could be changes of like symbols, graphics, logos. That could be, you could be creating them, you could be changing them. All of that is swirling around the Six of Pentacles card. If you have time or the money, I get some of you donating. You could either donate your time or your money or both to something that is important to you or near and dear to your heart. You could get a bonus. You could also have somebody that tries to get in touch with you or catch up with you that wants to give you some kind of opportunity. And this opportunity could really turn out to be a good money maker for you in this year of 2026. So the next card you have in your reading, Capricorn, is the Two of Rods, and this is partnership in business or partnership in romance. It could also be you creating something and putting it out there in the world. You may be starting to think about changing your direction. Maybe you're thinking of retiring or thinking of changing your career. Or if you have a business or something you create, this January might be a month where you start to really put a lot of time, energy, and thought into changing a direction. But I feel like if you're going to do that, you want to keep it sweet and simple. You're not going to want to make it complex and complicated with a lot of bells and whistles or, machinations of this, that, and the other. You're going to want to keep it simple. This could be a month where, could even be a year, but especially January, where you do something you never did before. Maybe you're going to skydive. Or maybe you're going to go river rafting, on what do they call it? I guess they call it river rafting, but I think there's another word for it, where you're on rough waters in a raft. Or maybe you've never skied before and you're going to go skiing. I don't know what it is, but I feel in January, especially January, February, March, I feel that many of you Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people are going to try something you've never done before. You may feel more like, I want to be a risk taker. I don't want to be so, stodgy or set in my ways or always doing the same thing. I keep getting that. That's like the second time I felt that about you in this reading. And don't get me wrong, I've known plenty of Capricorns that have done fun, risky things. It's not, I'm not saying you don't ever do it, but for some reason you may be really inspired in that way in January or in this entire year of 2026. Some of you could really develop a crush on somebody. And you may take them out. You may take them out or go out on a date with them. And this could start off slowly, where you date or see each other periodically. I'm not feeling like it's going to go off like kabam, like a rocket. It could end up being something good. But I feel like the start of it is kind of, I don't know if I want to say slow, but not like gangbusters, let's put it that way. I get, you could be putting something out there into the world and you're going to get feedback about it. It could be something you drew, something you wrote, a video you put out there, or I don't know, something. And you're going to get feedback about it. And I feel like the feedback's going to be important for you. And if you get negative feedback, you just have to let it roll off your back because you're going to get a lot of positive feedback. So don't let any negativity, negative comments, or negative feedback squash your dreams or goals. Don't let that happen, because there are going to be people that just, trolling that want to do that. So be careful of that. So before I move on, Capricorn, I just want to let you know that we're at the time of year where I do my big love readings. So if you're interested in seeing what my spirit guides had to say for you in the area of love and romance, you can get my big love readings for 2026 for singles and couples for each sign of the zodiac. You may want to think about getting your moon sign and your Venus sign. I only say this because I've had people write me over the years, I got my Venus sign and it really made sense, or my moon sign was really speaking to me. But if you just want to get one sign, just go by what normally resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings. These videos that I'm talking about, the special series I record, I put on Vimeo and Patreon. And those links to the Vimeo videos and my Patreon shop are down below in the description box in the Show More section. And these links are also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. And also for Patreon, the Patreon link is there as well. So also don't forget, if you haven't checked out the New Year's readings yet, you can get my New Year 2026 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot readings for each zodiac sign are available on Vimeo and Patreon. Same goes for those videos. You may want to get your rising sign or your moon sign or your sun sign or a combination to see what my guides have to say for you for this year. And also I recorded New Year 2026 psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac as well. So if you want more insights from my guides about the new year, you could check those out. And don't forget, you could get my psychic crystal readings for January 2025 for each sign of the zodiac. And they are a continuation of the readings I'm doing right here, right now for January. So if you want to hear the additional messages my guides have for you, you may want to get those January crystal readings. And when you purchase these readings, you are helping support this channel to keep going. So I do truly appreciate it. So the next card I have in your reading, Capricorn, you got the Empress. And this is a maternal figure that's either living or deceased, that's watching you, caring about you, looking out for you. It could be a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, or someone like a mother figure to you. Remember, she could be in the spirit world watching you, or she could be in life watching you. The Empress can also indicate you. You could be the Empress because it is the number 3, which is a creative number. It could also indicate the birth of a child or the birth of a business, project, plan, or an idea. Some of you are going to get yourself situated, and my guides say new digs. So new digs could mean a new place to live or a new place to work, or maybe even a new office. Maybe you're still working at the same place, but they're moving you to a new area, a new department, a new digs is what my guides say. You may put notification out there that you've moved, or you've gone on to a new job, or you started a new career, or you have a new something or other that you created. Like, you could be putting the word out. Didn't that come up earlier in your reading? I feel like I got that already, but I'm hearing that with the Empress. You could feel like you're being very supportive, or becoming in a strong supportive role of your family. Which family is it? One you created with a partner, or one you were raised in? I don't know. Could be your parents and, where you grew up. So being very supportive. And what I get with that, my guides are showing me financially supporting. Maybe not totally, but you may be contributing or helping, because I get that energy here. You get something tied up, some loose end that wasn't completely nailed down or fixed. But I'm going to tell you, for some of you, that could be stitches. Because I see two things. I see loose ends floating in my head, and they look like string. So I hear tying up loose ends. But I also see skin and an incision. So if there was something that was stitched up that becomes loose, it may get stitched up again, tying them back up. But this could be loose ends, so that could be literally. But this could be tying up loose ends figuratively, like in business or in some project you wanted to work on, and there were loose ends that were not nailed down, not tied up, not figured out. You're going to be tying up loose ends in some form or fashion in January, and maybe even going into the month of February, because I see February come up here too. So if it doesn't happen for you then, it could be February. But let me remind you, I say it in the beginning of the reading, and a lot of people skip over what I say in the beginning. Timing will be different for all of you in a general reading. So it could really happen to you at any time this year. I get you putting up signs and posters. And so if you're going to any festivals or fairs or any kind of situation where maybe yard sales or some kind of events where, or even in your workplace, where you could put up like posters or notices, especially big, like coming soon, or come check me out at da-da-da, or come see my latest blah, blah, blah somewhere. Now, you could even be putting up, that could be on an advertisement on the internet. But I feel for some of you, it's literally a poster made of paper with art on it or writing and graphics on it that you're going to put up in places. So that comes up here. So your last card in this reading is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is a card that symbolizes financial abundance coming to you either through an inheritance or through family channels. It could be a gift of cash. It could also mean you and your partner, if you're coupled, are working together to bring in more financial abundance and stability in your for your family. It could be indicating maybe you win money. That's possible. You're going to start to see the fruits of your labors pay off. Didn't I already get that with the Six of Pentacles? I'm getting it again. It feels to me like some work you already did, a business you already started, a project you already created, something you already made, and maybe was selling or things were happening before, but now I get it's really starting to rev up for you. And don't get disheartened if you get through January and you're like, that didn't happen in January. Well, look, I don't know. Wait and see what happens in February, March, or April. It could be a delay for you because, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Timing is different for all of you in a general reading. Even though it's a January reading, some of you, I may be talking to you about next January. I know nobody wants to hear that, but I have had people write to me and say, that happened to me a year ago. That happened to me 2 years ago. Spirit world doesn't evaluate time the way we do. Time is a construct of man, and I'm not going to get into the philosophies of all of that. If you want to look into timing in a more esoteric sense, I recommend you look into the work by Jane Roberts, who was a channeler, unconscious channeler of the Seth material. You may want to look into that and see what Seth, the spirit that Jane Roberts was channeling, has to say about time. Because I am just going to stop this here, stopping the timer, because I wanted to say this. One of the things that Seth says is that everything happens to you all at once, and that your mind or your consciousness divides it up in a timeline. That was one of the hardest things for me to grasp. I read the Jane Roberts books, how many years ago? 40 years ago? So you might want to check them out. It's not like just because she channeled the books in the 60s. Or channeled the material in the 60s, and she passed away. But her works are still out there, so you might want to check them out. Sorry, I know that's not what you want to hear. I'm sure there's going to be comments below. Why did you talk about time and timing so much? I don't know. I don't know. I felt compelled to. If you work at a business or a company, or even if you own your own business, but I feel it's more like if you work for a business or company, you could be getting an assistant. It could be temporary or it could be full-time. I don't know, but I get you like getting an assistant. And what's that old saying? Time is money. Maybe that's why time came up to me. So it may help you generate more business and make more money for a business you own or a business or company you work for. You could work for a business or company where you get hooked in or roped into something. Maybe you want to do it, maybe you don't want to do it. But it could be something that would be a money generator for the business or company you work for. And then maybe they're going to give you like a percentage or a commission. I do feel like there's some kind of financial abundant breakthrough for you. If you own your own business, don't be surprised if you get more clients, customers, sales, and business in January or later on in the year. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Capricorns to work with, use, or wear in January of 2026, you got goldstone. And that stone doesn't come up very often. So goldstone is a stone of ambition. It assists in attaining goals. Goldstone is a symbol of ingenuity, ambition, and drive, and also power. Goldstone reduces tension, revitalizes, and encourages a positive attitude. It's a good grounding stone, and it secures the root chakra. It's also helpful with transformation, alchemy, and strength, and it gives a sense of safety and stability. It's going to like enliven you. It's going to energize you. It's going to make you feel more energized, alive, excited. But I'm going to warn you, my guides say, it's also, if you don't want to eat more, be careful of it, because I get maybe all this energy is going to make you more hungry, because I get you could eat more or feel more hungry when you're wearing this stone. It's also going to help if you have to go on any meetings or any dates or do any kind of videos or any presentations, to be more polished and have a more polished presentation or a more polished appearance. If you have insomnia, my guides are telling me that this stone could help with insomnia, which seems weird because I get it's going to energize you so much, but maybe you get so energized and burn up so much energy that, from what already came up here, that it's going to tire you out and help with insomnia. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribing, and for sharing this video with others. It does help this channel grow, and I do truly appreciate it. And if you would like to get any of my special videos that I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below in this video, in the description box, and on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you all have absolutely amazing energy and a great month of January 2026. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.